Welcome back to the Beyond Kicks podcast with Winona Kicks and Same Old Seth. Today, there's a lot of stuff to cover, but not as much Jordan Brand and Nike. It's a little bit more diverse. A lot of stuff from Adidas, New Balance, Asics, and hey, I'm here for that. So before we get
Same.
into all that, we are going to roll the intro, and if you wait till the end, we still have some more questions from you guys to answer. So without further ado, let's roll the intro.
Let's go.
All right, fun. Dude, I know I know you're having a rough week. I know you said you've been kind of under the weather, which is a bummer, but yeah, what's all been up with you? Anything aside from rest and relaxation?
Yeah, so I just my wife Abby's been sick for I don't know a week and a half, and I just hadn't caught it. And it's not even
Mm-hmm.
like sick. It's just kind of like achy and stuffy nose. It feels like I have allergies, which I've never had allergies, and I took allergy medication. It didn't help at all, so I know it's not allergies.
Of course.
But just runny nose, itchy eyes type of deal. So
The fun stuff.
yeah.
I'm
But
not
no,
envious.
it's been a really good week though. So yesterday finally got the cleats of the
Yes,
Kobe 6
dude.
reverse Grinch to my boy Bailey Ober of the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
That
It's been
video
about a
hit
month in
too.
progress.
I was excited to see that come up.
Yeah, no, it worked. It worked. The whole thing. If you haven't seen the video, definitely go watch it. It's on my Instagram, on my TikTok. Pretty good feedback on it, which was enlightening. Basically, Bailey Ober, pitcher for the Twins. We've chatted about shoes in the past, and I was like, well, how can I incorporate him into a video somehow? And I was like, well, let's get him some cleats. And back on April 20th, 420,
Nice.
the Twins won. Scrolling on Instagram, this is a true story. Scrolling on Instagram, just looking at the win, and he pitched. He had a pretty good game. I think he had like 6 strikeouts. Like it was a solid game, and he was just wearing some Nike cleats. And I was like, man, for all the DMs you send me about shoes, and we talk about shoes, like you don't have any cool like cleats when that's kind of pretty popular right now. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
it's like let me get involved. Let me figure out what you like. I'll figure out how we can get them done.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the other starting pitchers for the Twins, Joe Ryan, actually recommended custom cleats where he has gotten some stuff done in the past. And so I reached out to them. I was like, hey, got a Twins guy. Like, would you guys want to comp the costs and shout you out in the video? And they're like, let's do it. So that worked out. Um, Ordered a pair of size 15 Kobe reverse Grinches, got them in, shipped them out, got them back, and just delivered them. So he's gonna play. He's gonna practice in them first. Hopefully everything works out. Fit wise, it's tricky with those because you have to figure out a shoe that fits tight and that you can actually perform in athletically. It
Yeah.
can't just be. I guess it's personal preference, but for him, it had to be a Kobe or a basketball shoe base, which makes sense because it feels very similar to a cleat. It's tight fitting. It's not like a big bulky Jordan 4 or something crazy.
Yeah.
And so he's going to practice in them and shooting for mid-June. There's a home game on either a Thursday or Friday that he's not sure when he'll be pitching, but one of those days. So hopefully that works out. And then I'll be there, get a video of that and stuff. So hopefully that
Yeah.
works out there.
Dude,
And
that's so
then
cool.
funny enough, yeah, no, it's super cool. I'm excited. And I've had a couple other Twins guys like kind of reach out, wanted to do the same thing.
I'm
So
sure.
yeah, it's just a cool thing. I mean, and the plan is to get the cleats back at the end of it, keep them in the collection, do a little final update of how they look
Ooh.
after somebody plays in an MLB
Yeah.
game. So,
I just
um,
liked that they were Kobe's because that's like, I get what you're saying, how it is more of a snugger fitting shoe and it's definitely better
mhm.
for what he's doing. But every time I see a player with a custom pair of cleats, 9 times out of 10, it's just a Jordan 1 or something along those lines, like the color blocking of
Yeah,
a Jordan 1, or it's an actual Jordan 1 with cleats. So the second I saw, or you told me that it was the reverse Grinches, I was like, that's unique because that's something I haven't noticed other players doing, and I just think it's cool.
I
It's gonna
think there was
stick out like
one
crazy.
Cleveland Guardian that wore a pair of reverse Grinches already,
Really,
which it's a popular model.
for sure.
The thing with pitchers that I didn't know is they have to have metal spikes. That's why you have to do the custom because Nike themselves makes, and I don't know if it's just pitchers or all players, but they have to have metal spikes. And Nike makes Jordan cleats for lower level football players and baseball
Hmm.
players, but they have plastic spikes, so we couldn't use those. And a lot of people just do paint on customs as well that aren't
Yeah.
anything crazy, but they'll have like a cool character, like the Joker, like Scooby Doo, something like pop culture type deal. So yeah, I wanted it to be a sneaker because sneakers. I'm a sneaker guy. He likes sneakers. We talk
Of
about them
course.
all the time. So, and then the reverse Grinch is just good twins colors. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, no, the whole thing's pretty cool. And then unrelated, on Saturday, the Minnesota Twins actually sent me a DM, um, which was very unexpected because I've never like interacted with their official account and stuff. And they said we have the City Connect jerseys this year, and they're like, hey, like send us your address. Like we want to send you a little care pack for the City Connect jerseys and
Oh, that's
kind of getting
sick.
involved there. So it's exciting. I actually talked to Bailey about what the uniforms are going to look like, and he kind of gave me an insight on the colors and stuff that I can't really talk about, but it's
Hmm.
different than I think what people are expecting, and hopefully it turns out cool. It's cool timing because we're getting the City Connect jerseys, and now I'm getting involved with all of them. So
Yeah. Dude, that's
pretty
so
cool. Yeah,
cool.
it's been a fun little week here. So
That's exciting. Let's go.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Trying to think otherwise. Just getting organized in the basement. I'm going to put out part 2 of the office remodel. A lot has changed, so that's kind of an exciting video. I think I'm going to film that either today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um, and then World's Most Comfortable Slides season 2 starting up early next week is the plan. I already got 2 pairs in that I'm getting ready to do, and then another pair of the golf shoes for the World's Most Comfortable golf shoes. I got 2 new pairs on the docket for that, and then the wear test is wrapping up. So that
Yeah.
they got dogged last night.
Yeah.
I mean the wear test has been. I'm gonna send you a picture of what they kind of look like now.
Gotcha.
It's been slower than I thought. I had stuff planned for the wear test. It's an all white upper, and I was gonna go ATVing up north. Just kind of fell through with work. Like couldn't go hiking. Like basically, I've just been walking the dog, traveling, driving with them. Like nothing crazy with them.
Yeah.
But then last night, great night out. We just got some rain the other day, and I was like, all right, they're sunning right now. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go rip the e-bike around and stuff. And so I did that, and I kind of was in one of the parks around our house here, and kind of went down a dirt trail, and I didn't realize how muddy it was, and I kind of got in too deep, and they got really, really dirty. So
Oh my God.
um,
These
I got videos of
photos.
the whole thing. That'll be an update. I think I'm posting that update tomorrow, the final update before the final update.
Yeah.
So I think from now until early next week when the wear test is going to get wrapped up, some of the dirt's going to fall off, which will be it'll just kind of embed itself,
I'm sure.
the main stuff, but the other stuff's going to kind of fall off because it's dried and stuff. Um, and then, yeah, wrap it up. And then they're getting shipped to Rejuvenator to get their full professional mail-in cleaning service done on them. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's content's busy. And then there's a whole bunch of other shoes I need to get filmed that I don't know when that's going to happen, but
I'm
yeah.
sure. I'm excited to see the slide series again because that was popping like crazy for you. I know last year or whenever that was because
Yep, it
that's
was
that's the
last year.
stuff that people like to wear. And I'm happy you're doing the
Mhm.
golf shoes as well. It just makes sense. It aligns with what your
Yeah, the
interests are.
golf. I mean, I'm just doing what I like, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I love golfing. I'm going hit balls later tonight. I'm gonna go take photos of the golf course that my dad works at here
Mm-hmm.
tonight, and hit a bucket of balls. Playing in a golf league tomorrow night. So, I mean, it's something that I think about all the time. I watch golf like every week. I'm very updated in it. Like, just grew up playing golf, so I'm like, why don't I combine this with shoes and especially golf? Because I don't know if you follow Golf Project on Instagram at all,
Mm-mm.
but he talks about brands. He's kind of like you or I, but it's just golf stuff. And there's so many. new cool golf companies that are popping up that are really making waves where they're bringing streetwear into the golf scene. That's really
Mm,
interesting. That
yeah.
is very new, but there's probably 25 of them that I can think of that he posts a new one basically every day talking about new clothing or new bags or golf shoes. And it's all very streetwear like aesthetic, vintage aesthetic. So I was like, it's a perfect way to combine what I like into
Yeah.
shoes because they're really becoming one and the same. So yeah.
Why not, man? That's cool. I'm definitely excited to see you start, dipping your toes into that field or genre of content a little bit too, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Oh, it's
super
fun.
well versed in it, and I know that you're only gonna review or post videos on the best stuff. So I'm like, hey, I'm
You
here
know it.
for it. I'm tuning in, baby.
You know it. What about you? What's been popping this week?
This week, I got started finally on just some different videos that I've been working on. Shot a Crep Protect video last night. Worked on a few just like shorter videos from old sneaker reviews I've done. Tonight, the goal tonight is to finally shoot this Amaran video that I've been putting off forever. And
That
I
is
know I've said
months in
that
the works.
100 times. So that's the main goal after I get, everything edited with this. So definitely excited to finally get that one off my plate. There are some new early sneakers that just came in that I think Mo's going to drop off either tonight or tomorrow, but I'm trying to think what they are. He told me it's like I think it's just a white five, some sort of five. I don't know. A Jordan 1 low, gorge green that looks like sort of a Gucci sneaker color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Safari Nike SB Problem Solver 8s that we talked about last week. So those I'm really
Those will be
excited
cool
to
to
check
see.
out. Out of the three, that's the only one I really care about because the others I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. It is what it is. But I want to see those problem solvers and I want to get a personal pair and skate them and just have fun. See how they hold up. I wish I was a better skater because I would love to do just like skate wear tests, like skating in these for a week. It would be fun. And I can probably do that, but I'm just,
You
it,
definitely can because you could use it
yeah.
as a way to introduce. Because you know what's interesting about skateboard and golf, kind of one
Hmm,
and the same. Golf had an emergence during COVID, but they're both very intimidating for new people to get into. I've never
100%.
been like, man, I'm just gonna go start skateboarding. Like falling's a big like just
Yeah.
eating shit.
It's
Like
one of those
what
things that's
boards
like
do you
if you
get?
didn't
What
grow
bearings
up
do you
doing
get?
it,
What? Yeah, I mean it's
ugh.
just and golf's the same way too. It's a very expensive
Yeah.
barrier to entry where skateboard's more like it's tough to get into because there's so much of a culture behind it. So I think it would be cool to be like, hey, here's where I'm at skating level. I got a lot of shoes. Let me wear test them, show you what they do, beat up for a beginner skater or a intermediate skater, and then maybe I'll get
Yeah.
better at skating throughout it. Like I think there's a big appeal for that. Instead, like if you're a professional skateboarder, that'd be sick too. But
That would be nice. But yeah, no, I think that would be fun to do. So, we'll see. I may test around or mess around with like the Ashads because I've already skated them a little bit, kind of show people
you know,
just how they're holding up because that stuff I think is interesting. And growing up, wanting to find the best skate shoes that actually wear well, that's something that I would have loved to see. And it just wasn't
mm-hmm.
around when I was growing up. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, still waiting on my package and it's driving me insane. I've been going back and forth with USPS trying to figure something out. So hopefully I get it soon or ship out a replacement soon because it's annoying because I'm about to
Very
just
annoying.
start shooting everything regardless, which is fine. I should probably do that, but now I have, some sneakers coming in, so I'm like, okay, they'll give me a little bit of time
Mm-hmm.
before I start the different stuff. But yeah, what else has been going on this week? That's the majority of it. Anna's been gone. She's on a vacation with the family she nannies, so they brought her out to watch the kids. So she's just kind of hanging out at the beach, and I'm stuck here editing and shooting videos all day for the next few days, which is nice to finally play catch up. But it's like I get done with work and then I blink and I'm like, oh, it's already dark outside, and I've just kind of been grinding away in here. So yeah, it's hard. So I got to get out and go on a run or go on a walk or something. Probably after this.
Yeah, I get the same way. I just brought Kirk for a walk, just getting out of the house.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty chill week for me. Do you want to dive into some sneakers? Ton of cool stuff.
There's a lot to cover.
Yeah, let's do it, dude. I know this first one, I feel like you're pretty excited about it. Maybe?
Well, I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
So, interestingly enough, Artifact, RTFKT, the NFT new emerging technology company that's owned by Nike, they've come out with the Artifact.
It's like
they've come out with the Artifact
Dunk Genesis.
Yeah. So sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I just got a text.
Oh, no worries.
They've come out with some self-lacing shoes. They're just emerging technology that got bought out by Nike during COVID. NFTs were a big thing. So back in November, I think it was. No, I think it was even earlier than that. After it says after a pre-order in November, but I think it was earlier than that because it feels like it's coming up on a year now. They released basically NFTs. You get them for your OpenSea's wallet, you get them for your account, and then a year from that date, you can redeem them for the shoes. It was a headache. I did this. I bought 2 pairs of shoes. I've paid for them. They were like $250. And you mint the shoes, you mint the coin. And I did one through Soul Savvy, and I did one directly through them. I had Matt something on Instagram help me through the whole process. It took like a day to figure this out, like to mint them, buy them. I already spent the money, like I'm out $500 for 2 pairs. And then you have to do a certain color. You have to get an invite for each color. Like it was a headache.
Yeah.
And so they minted pairs. I think of the purple pair, there was 11,394 pairs that were minted. And then the other pairs, the regular all gray colorway is the other one I got. So it was a headache. I was like, you know what? This is going to make great content in a year. I can spend the money. Like, let's do it. And I think they're pretty cool pairs. And I've been wanting an Artifact pair for a while. And the previous release of the self-lacing shoes, those all resell for like $1,000. So I was like, you know what? Dunks, whatever. Like, I think it'll be really cool. I think it's cool to see emerging technology. Anyway, so like a month ago, I got an email saying, hey, pairs are shipping soon, which I was like, interesting. Didn't know that was going to happen until like the fall is kind of what they're projecting. And then today we just got information that the Void, the purple and black pair, is actually dropping on sneakers on June 13th. And I was like, what the hell? Like, all caps, we need to talk about this on the podcast with Seth. When I DM'd him, I was like, this is, what the hell is this? And I've rescinded me being as mad, but there was 11,394 pairs minted. Seems like Nike minted 1,000 of those pairs, and of that 11,394, 1,000 of those pairs are releasing on the sneakers app. So it's not new pairs on top of the minted pairs. It's actually part of that chunk that was already minted. And my basically MSRP $222, super cool dunk. If you haven't seen them, go check it out. But my whole thing was like, this was a super big hassle to do, and that's kind of why I did it, is because I was like, the barrier to entry to get these, to mint them, to wait a year to pay it, to do all this stuff. People are not going to do it, and they're going to be super limited, and they're probably going to resell for a ton because they're really cool looking, and people want to buy them when they actually drop. Now that they're just coming out on the sneakers app, part of me is like, the more people are going to know about these dunks instead of before when it was just kind of a private thing. And part of me is like, the people that just hit on these, if I don't hit, I'm going to be pissed. I'm like, I did all this thing, like all this work. I paid more than $222 per pair because you got to mint them, you got to pay the fees, you got to do all this stuff. And now they're just dropping. So that's my little rant on it.
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
That's maybe more of a outsider on this whole deal.
I mean, I get 100% where you're coming from, but one thing you said, like, it does sort of raise awareness again for the shoe once now they're finally starting to ship, which is kind of cool because I feel like, yes, it was a pretty well-known thing if you were in the know at that time a year ago that like, oh, if you do XYZ, you can get this pair of sneakers. But a lot of people probably forgot about it. And now it's just kind of resurfacing it in the sneaker world. So people are going to be like, oh, yeah, that was a thing. And which, I think is pretty cool. The way I like how difficult they were to get because it makes it feel like you sort of actually worked for your sneaker, which is kind of cool too. Puts that just, I don't know. Every time you see it, you're going to be like, yeah, I remember the hassle of getting these. And it just makes them a little more cool to you. Aesthetically, it's not my cup of tea, but I do think they're pretty sick how they kind of have like the heel attachment, the tongue attachment. I'm sure there's other stuff that's more customizable as well. I know they have the little vial or something on the tongue that I know you can swap out with different colors too. But it's cool. I want them to do more stuff with this. I feel like there was sort of a boom, a year ago or 2 years ago, and now they've kind of lifted off the gas a little bit and just kind of letting it breathe. But I don't know. I want to see more of this because it is such a futuristic shoe. It looks like a shoe that you would wear in a video game, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I'm just looking at my orders here. So to see exactly how much I paid because I was curious.
Yeah.
So I did get the gray and blue pair. Let me find a picture of those.
That one I like a lot too.
Through Soul Savvy, and then the other pair was the purple and black pair, which is the Void pair. So let me find
Artifact. See, I wouldn't know the first thing about even starting to go for one of these shoes. I'd have to do so much research. Oh, that gray pair does look cool. If you're just listening,
we've seen Ahan looks at them too, and they look
go over to
sick.
YouTube as well. Yeah. All gray it just looks like it should be a part of a spaceship or something like that.
They look like they're straight out of like Ready Player One.
Yeah. Exactly. Spot on. But they're cool. They're all gray.
Cool. I love
blue
them.
Swoosh. Cool pairs.
So yeah, and then this is their first shoe, Artifact. So.
Oh, okay.
And then the bottom's lit up, and you could change the color on their app, and they're pretty cool as well. They had those at a sneaker con. They launched them.
I'm here for it. But yeah, so, let's do some more.
That's
do some more.
Rant on it.
Valid. I agree with you. What we got next? I think it's this.
All right.
Breakdancing shoe? Is that what this is?
About these.
Yeah, no. So the other day, Nike, I feel like I saw something about these a few months back, but Nike just unveiled their breakdancing shoe, the Nike Jam. And there's two colorways in these. Both of the colorways, in my opinion, look great. The first one on top, if you're watching, or if you're listening, just all black mesh and suede with this sort of like brown or tan gum midsole. The other pair, all brown with a cream midsole. It looks more like a Huarache sort of upper, especially with that toe box, giant swoosh on the side.
Remind me of the P6000s.
Yeah, no, spot on with that too. And it's got this sort of ribbon or strap that goes all along the side of the shoe on the inside and outside, which I'm assuming just sort of helps keep your foot in place while you're jumping and moving around. So I think it's a really cool shoe. I don't know much about breakdancing, but in my opinion, looks like a cool casual sneaker as well. But I don't know. What do you think about these? That tread is crazy too. Super thick.
Yeah, the tread's. I don't know anything about breakdancing. That's maybe like the most niche sport. Even I don't even know what to call that thing ever.
Yeah.
They're cool. The black pair is not as much of my favorite, but this sail pair looks really cool. They remind me. I feel like Nike's doing this whole design over everything recently, where you know what these look exactly like.
What's that?
See if you can guess it. We've talked about them recently. I haven't had a pair yet, but AD posted pictures of them. Pretty recent drop. It's a basketball shoe.
Oh, that I have no idea. With the
I think
paneling,
AD 17.
I can see that. I can
They look
definitely see
identical.
that. Definitely with that paneling going over it. I
So
like
it's
them.
it's this whole like side swooshy looking Air Max Plus type deal. But yeah, these look cool. I like them. I like that
Yeah,
skinny tongue. Always a fan of that.
it's not bad at all. I'm just happy that they're, catering to different groups of individuals that partake in different, I guess, sports, whatever you want to call it. Just think it's cool. Definitely shine some
Yeah,
light on
no,
it.
I mean that's how I am with golf. It's like when they release a banger golf shoe like the Happy Life Wood pair, I'm like,
Hmm.
this is so cool. And then there's like 99% of people are like, could really care less. But then it's that 1% of people that are like, this is so badass.
Yeah, like we're here for everything, man.
Hmm.
Next on the list, we have our yearly Quai 54 release. I'm sure there's a few other pairs that are dropping alongside this, but we do have the Quai 54 Air Jordan 3. They're not bad. They don't look like anything outlandish or like special to me. All white leather upper with some, I'm assuming that's suede sort of on the heel counter and toe box, but it's coming in like this charcoal black with sort of a
Hmm.
kind of like how Union does their sneakers with the painted yellow edges. This has it in painted orange or red. It's kind of hard to tell from the photos, but I don't
It
think they're
looks to be
bad.
orange.
Yeah, like it's pretty cool. The heel K or the heel where it typically says Nike Air is translucent, has the Quai 54 logo. Decent, decent shoe. Is this one you're a fan of? Would you rock these? I think they're okay.
What is Quai 54?
I'm gonna butcher this, but I believe it's I have no idea. It's like a basketball event that they do in Paris that
Mm,
is it near the Eiffel Tower? I think.
okay.
Because I reviewed a pair of Quai 54 Jordan 1 lows last year and I did a little research before writing the script and I watched a few of the videos. And from what I learned, that looked like what it was. I don't know if that's the same thing every year, but yeah, for a dummy that has no knowledge, that's what I took away.
More knowledge than I have.
Right?
Yeah, I don't really like these. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
It's just it looks like a
It,
just general release like Foot Locker sitting
yeah.
on the shelves Jordan 3,
Hmm.
which is cool.
Yeah, nothing special. I don't know. They're just not speaking to me.
And that's okay. That's okay. Not everything we have to love. Moving on, Opium Paris and Jordan Brand are teaming up on a airship. Which where have all the airships been this year? I feel like there were a lot last year in the beginning of the
Non-existent.
year. It's been nothing, but finally, I guess they didn't completely shelf the silhouette, which I love because I know Charlie and myself big fans of the model.
Hmm.
And this one's kind of cool. It's just all white leather with black on the toe box and some purple on the heel with more of a, I can't really tell what design that is on the heel, but some unique star embroideries scattered
Looks
across.
like the print of a bowling alley from the early 2000s of the
That's
carpet.
funny. That's funny and probably exactly what it is. Something embroidered on the heel too. I don't know if that's just a watermark from the photo or on the actual
Some
shoe.
logo or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a pretty cool pair. Retails 150. It is a women's exclusive, which, I'm here for it. Give the ladies some cool shoes. If it's extended sizing, even better, but they really just remind me of like the court purple Jordan 1s. Just, different paneling. But
Yeah. No,
they're all right.
I don't know. Not really doing it for me, but
It's not my
we
favorite.
need more airships. I'm on board with that though.
Yeah, just Bring the airships. Just let every major retailer collaborate on an airship and make that like the collab silhouette. Because I think there's a lot of potential, and I know for all the inline pairs they've done, there's just no real innovation outside of like the every game pairs. Like all the other ones are just paint by numbers, all white, slap a color on the heel, which
materials
it's okay. Yeah, and a lot of them are bad materials, but what are you gonna do? There are some that are really good as well. So bring them back, bring them back.
There are outliers.
Moving on from there, kind of a
Banger.
big story, but we don't have enough information, in my opinion, to say that it's a banger because we're getting the.
If they look like this, then
if they do, amazing. But we are getting the Air Jordan 1 Low OG University Red, assuming to be the Chicago colorway sometime next year. Now, the only reason I'm kind of hesitant to get my hopes up is people are saying that this is going to be a collaboration on this shoe. We just don't know who the collaboration is with. We do know it's going to have the Chicago color blocking, and it is a Jordan 1 Low OG with, they are also assuming, is the bigger swoosh, which it's getting my hopes up. But I don't know. Who do you think this could be a collaboration with? Obviously, like, instinct reaction would be Trophy Room, but they kind of already did this, I feel like, with their last release. So I'm hoping it's not with them.
I would say who I want it to be would be Union. I think the last Union Jordan 1 High is one of the most slept on shoes, if not the most slept on shoes of last year. 100%. I love it personally. The materials, they always kill it with those. So I want it to be Union. Otherwise, I have no idea who would be collabing on these.
See, I didn't even think about Union, but that would make sense.
That's who I want it to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just my first thought was obviously Trophy Room, just given their track record. So I don't know.
They did just do Jordan 1 Lows. That's why my only thing, and that was like years in the making.
Yeah. And same color blocking, just different panels were blocked off, So I don't know.
I'd be surprised if it was them.
Hopefully in the next few months we'll learn a little more. I don't know exactly when they're releasing in 25, hopefully early, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know if there's any info in this. Yeah. Nothing crazy, but moving on from Nike, we had a massive Adidas Yeezy restock.
This is so weird. This is so weird to me, bro.
Did you look on the Confirmed app when they dropped?
I did a quick scroll and exited off.
Dude, it was 30 plus pairs, which was kind of insane to me.
48 different styles hit the website.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's nuts. And I actually checked a few hours ago just to see what all was still sitting. A lot of it is still sitting.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes sense. Out of all the pairs, there's really only one that I wanted to pick up, but I wasn't going to spend, I think it's $260. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's hard. I almost picked up a pair of the Yeezy slides because I've never had a pair. But even then, I'm like, I don't need these. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, no offense if you like them, they are kind of overrated. And I just see
full
them.
Offense if you like them. That's the reseller special shoe.
It really is. And I just see them everywhere I go. I'm like, it doesn't.
Yeah, not a fan of those.
Hold any value to me anymore. I don't see. I don't know. Kind of boring.
No, they officially killed it. They killed the Yeezy, and they killed every single model like instantly. Yeah, just a shame. It's pathetic. It's a bad look for Adidas, and this is my opinion. We went back and forth on this over the last year and a half about all the stuff with Kanye and Adidas and the falling out and them. Are they going to burn the pairs? Are they going to give them away? Are they going to sell them? Are they going to? And basically they did both. They took the high road and said, hey, we're not associating with Kanye. We're going to destroy all the pairs. We're going to take a tax write-off, whatever, lose like $300 million in revenue. Everyone was like, oh, yes, that's the right thing to do. And then they went and sold a bunch of them, and then sold a bunch more, and then a bunch more. Then, Yeezy Day is coming around again this year. Let's do the same thing and drop 48 different styles of them.
It's insane.
It's a bad look. It's pathetic.
I really just want them. They should just put them all up on the website, make them all available, and after a few weeks or a month, put them on sale and just get them out of here. Like,
I want to be done with them. Yeah,
same.
I'm reading this. The breakup between Adidas and Yeezy began in late 2022, so it's been 2 years.
Dang.
They attempted to unload $215 million worth of Yeezy inventory. Most recent earnings calling in April, they announced that they plan to sell the leftover Yeezys at cost. These are not at cost. That's pathetic.
That's another thing.
Golden saying, we assume that we will not make any profit on the Yeezy inventory. They're not making shoes for $260. No. I'll tell you that right now. That's why this is such a stupid, bad look. And I don't care. I mean, we love Adidas basketball. Different division. This full thing is such a bad look. It's so stupid. I don't know. It just pisses me off. It's like they wanted all the good press, and then they wanted to not lose any money, and they tried to double dip, and it's lazy. It's pathetic. It's just, and I'm not even like a Kanye stan or anything. I was just telling Abby, like, I completely kind of lost respect for Kanye after everything that he went through over the last couple of years and everything he said. Like,
yeah,
I like his old music. That's about it. Not an easy guy. Never have been. Like, the whole Yeezy pod thing, I thought was just a quick money grab. Sell them for $20. Everyone bought a pair, and it takes forever to ship. Like, stuff like that. Like, I've just lost all respect for Kanye. And this is, it's me losing respect for Adidas a little bit. So, I mean, that's just my honest opinion. And that's me saying that when Adidas's official account DM'd me this morning, liking that I tagged them in the messy photos.
Oh, nice.
Pink heart. The official Adidas account. So I don't care. I mean, this is my honest opinion.
And you're not the only one that thinks that way either.
By Adidas or anything like that. It's just, this is stupid. Sell them at cost or sell them on sale, or don't sell them. And
they should have made them heavily discounted. Like, it just makes more sense.
I don't know. It's frustrating.
Because that's the pair I wanted to get.
It's just a classic double dip.
The triple black 700 V2s. I just always wanted that pair, but I'm not paying $260, bro. Like, that's just outrageous.
I hope they sit on here for the next 10 years.
If they were on sale for like $120, I'd pick them up. Probably. That's about it.
I wouldn't buy them if they were $20.
That's crazy.
Maybe for a wear test.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just out of spite. I'm like, it's such a, I don't know. I'm done ranting about it.
All right.
It's so stupid, man. And I'm not even like, I've never been like a big politics guy or antics about something, or like, screw corporate America. Like, I'm not going to support blah, 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 because they're doing this. Like, no, I'm just a normal guy. I realize that this is it's stupid. It's a bad look. It's that simple.
It is. You're not wrong.
And they did it where they tried to get away with it too, where they didn't talk about it for, like, we didn't know about this until like a week and a half before it happened. And then they dropped them all, and now they're sitting there, and there wasn't a lot of press behind it, and that's exactly what they wanted. They just wanted to sneakily drop them.
Like, I wasn't paying attention to anybody saying that this was going to happen either. I just got the notification from the Adidas Confirmed app that it was just like, Yeezys, check everything we have. And I was like, what? Clicked it, scrolled, and I was like, oh, this is everything. Damn.
Bro, just donate them to charity and get a write-off in taxes.
That's what I don't get.
Done with it. I mean, they could have just donated $215 million worth of Yeezy inventory, donate it all to charity, it tanks the brand. They don't care. They're not associated with Kanye anymore. Whatever, the Yeezy name, they don't care if stuff resells. The brand's not even as popular as it was a couple years ago. Like,
Yeah.
donate it, get a tax write-off on it, and then you get even more good press.
There you go.
I don't know.
Spot on.
That's all I got to say about that. Stupid.
Well. Now you know. It's stupid. But moving on, we just got a first look at a shoe that could have a lot of potential. I don't know. I need to see some more photos, but Arab Lincoln, Tyler Mansouri broke the news that Adidas is working on a new lifestyle sneaker called the Akuru, I believe is how you say it. It's a really, really bulky midsole runner. Kind of reminds me of like some Hoka stuff just because it has that thicker, elevated runner style midsole. But the upper of this shoe, I think looks really cool. It's got all these, it's like fully mesh just with some fused overlays kind of in an organic cage around the shoe with just 3 stripes sort of placed on the side. But yeah, I mean, his photos are great. I don't know. I'm assuming the shoe is really comfortable with that thick midsole.
Looks comfortable.
It looks kind of like Boost, but more condensed Boost. It's kind of hard to tell from the photos, but
it's like, it reminds me of like when you see carbon fiber on a car and then you see matte carbon fiber. There's 2 distinct versions of it where regular carbon fiber, you can see all the lines, see everything, and matte carbon fiber looks like it's basically just sanded down. It's really rough looking. If you look closely at this Boost in some of these photos, it looks super raw. It looks super condensed, like you said, but it doesn't have that like bubbly look like the regular Boost does.
Which I like because
I do too.
I'm kind of tired of seeing, like you said, the bubbly look of the Boost. Like it's fine on
we've seen
Ultra Boost.
For years now. It's old news.
Yeah, like switch it up a little bit. But I feel like this one definitely has potential. Yeah, but I don't know.
No, I agree.
What do you
like
think?
The upper, I like the way they did the Adidas logo. It's very blended in and cohesive with the actual side panel. It's not like just stuck there. Yeah, I mean the photos that he did make it look really cool, and then this other colorway looks kind of ugly. Not gonna lie.
That's the thing. So every other photo looks great, but if you're watching or if you're listening, the photo he did of just the side profile makes the midsole look so thick. It looks like you're just rocking on a boat, like just doot doot, or a
basically.
What are they? The like wooden horses or whatever they're called. I can't even
seesaw.
think. Seesaw sort of thing. From that angle, I don't think it's the best looking, but I don't know. I'm excited to see more different colorways. Get them in hand, try them out.
God, after I just ripped Adidas apart, now we're just covering more Adidas.
Just a few. We did get a look at the Adidas Gazelle Olympics. These are decent, nothing crazy. I'm really wanting to get a pair of this silhouette, the Gazelle Indoor. I just think they look really cool. If you're not familiar, Gucci and Adidas did a few collaborations over the past few years, and this is what they used as the base model for majority of them. It's really cool, kind of like a Samba, but a little just, the paneling's a little bit different. But I think these are pretty cool. Pinstripe upper, all red.
Yeah, the Gazelle model itself is pretty cool. I have those limited Sean Witherspoon Gazelles still. The 1 of 200s.
I forgot that was
the model itself is really cool. I like it. It's very light. It's very skinny. Yeah, these are, I don't know.
They're not too bad. It's not my favorite.
Like wear Gazelle person, but yeah, they're cool. They're kind of like picnicky, outdoorsy vibe.
Definitely. But moving on from that, Adidas and End have a fly fishing collection that's dropping on Friday.
This is gas.
I agree.
Covered this in the shoes dropping this week.
Yeah. I think all of these look great, in my opinion. Like, I don't know what model this is for the first two, but it's like, the classic Adidas Samba look Or
It's the Adidas Tobacco model.
okay, I've seen those a few times. I'm not super familiar, but all green
They look like
suede.
more OG Sambas than like a new age Samba. They look like
Yeah,
they're like the original look of a Samba almost.
yeah. But I'm here for
These are
both of these.
super premium.
And if you scroll down, they're also doing a sneaker. I think two colorways that are like a moccasin, and I think these look great too. That kind of
Yeah, no, these are
two
money. They
tone.
are the Maca Turf, they're called.
That's cool. That's a
These
really
ones
cool
were on
shoe,
my heat list for dropping this week.
as they should be. Like this pair
Yeah,
with the tan up
sweet.
top and brown on the bottom. I like
I
those.
love
I like
that
those a lot.
super, super subtle Adidas logo too.
Yep. I may have to try and go for those on Friday. Guess we'll find
Maca Turf
out.
160 retail. Sand tan pair is pretty nice.
That's not bad. It's affordable.
160 is a deal because the materials look good on these.
Yeah, that suede is buttery
Mm-hmm.
suede. Moving on from Adidas though, New Balance. We
More
just
gas,
got
more heat.
more gas, more heat on the fire. Teddy
Oh yeah,
Santis previewed 3 colorways of the Ame Leon Dor New Balance 1000. These are okay. I don't think they're anything crazy. Um,
ooh,
I don't know which is my favorite. Either the like, because the top I'm assuming is all white. The bottom
it's a
is
white and sail.
gray, or is that like that's kind
Yep,
of hard to
yep.
tell.
We have a white and sail up top. Super gas,
It's not
all black
bad.
pair. Not a huge fan. The gray pair, I have not seen these yet, but this is
Yeah,
definitely the pair I'm
I,
gonna go
I'd
for.
I'd rock any of these. The black, I'm not a huge fan of the patent leather, which we've said
Yeah,
on here multiple times. Just not the biggest fan, but yeah, the
I
top or
remember when
bottom.
we were talking about the 1000 model when it first came out. I was like, man, like the colorways, I just not a fan of those models yet. And I was like, if they do something like monotone or more of a neutral tone, like I'm gonna be a fan of it. And sure enough, we're getting it.
Yeah, yeah. But these are all
Nice.
pretty cool. Definitely keep an eye out. Do we know when these drop? Did it say anything?
They it just says expected to drop soon.
Okay. So keep
As
an
of
eye out.
yesterday, they were just leaked on his story. There's
Yeah.
no date yet though.
Gotcha. Yeah. So just follow ALD on Instagram to stay in the loop or check out all your favorite sneaker
Oh, us
blogs.
on Instagram too. Beyond Kicks podcast. We're almost at 2K.
Whoop, whoop. That's exciting. It's cool to see it grow.
Very exciting.
I like it. This pair I really like. So Basement and New Balance are creating a 1906D, and these are just wild to me. So the
These are
cage on the
you.
heel
These are you.
all day, all day. Cage on the heel is this flashy metallic color, but the whole shoe is pretty much just gray and metallic. But that mesh base looks to be like super, super thin and flimsy, which I'm a huge fan of. I The less material on the upper is the better for me, and I love the tongue because it sort of has, I think it's basement sort of written out across the entirety of the tongue,
Oh,
which is
that's
pretty
cool. I didn't even
cool.
see that. I really like that.
Right. The bungee cord laces. It just looks like a more athletic version of the 1906, if that makes sense, because it already is an athletic shoe, but more summery.
I like the mesh looks kind of like a chain link fence
Yeah.
design. It looks more rougher, like more metal like instead of a mesh.
So I'm a fan. I'm
I don't like
definitely
the
going to be
shiny
trying
part
for them.
though.
Yeah, that's not my favorite. That's the only part that I'm like,
I'm
it's a
sure you
little,
could mat it out too with some hydrogen peroxide or something.
yeah, but it's a cool pair. Definitely going to
They're cool.
keep an eye out, see when they release and everything. Last thing for New Balance, Foot Patrol also has a 1906, the X-Ray pair. Colorway on these is really cool. All different shades of blue on the upper with red on the heel or
Marketing
the
assets are sick.
yeah, oh yeah, and the shot of the insoles actually have a
Yep.
top-down view of
Yep.
your foot with an X-ray. I think that looks so cool. But yeah, pretty basic shoe. If
I wish I liked these more because the whole X-ray theme is super super sick. I
yeah,
remember seeing these photos online. Looks
yeah,
like they X-rayed the shoes for the marketing assets. Um,
isn't that cool?
the colorway, it's just not. It looks like it's like an inverted color shoe when you do that on your phone. You invert the color screen, like that's what it kind of looks like. And I wish I liked the colorway better, but
I think it's sick. I would rock these all day,
two
all
hundred
night.
dollars USD. That's the only thing to note
Wow.
because they're 155 GBP. I don't know what that is. But $200 approximately USD. So
Huh.
kind of a bummer.
Yeah, still a pretty cool pair. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna go for them for $200 more than likely, but
No, I won't either. Maybe grab a used pair for like $100.
true. Next thing, Asics announced. I think it's 3 different colorways of the Kayano
Yep.
14 for summer. There's one that I like more than the others. This first one we're looking at isn't too bad. It's giving me sort of Easter vibes, but
Dude, I
yeah,
was just about to say
I
Easter
figured.
vibes.
Yeah, it's like this, I guess, blue on the mids or midfoot, the heels
Pastels.
sort of purple. Yeah. It's not terrible. I like that it has the cream for the
Hmm.
midsole. I think all these do. Second pair, gold and silver on the upper. I would rock these. That wouldn't be my first choice, but yeah, this last pair with that metallic blue and silver, I think those are pretty sick. I'm
Yeah, I like
definitely
the
going
last
for
pair a lot.
those. Fun, just daily shoe. I just love the Kayano 14. It's my favorite shoe to rock right now, at least. But
I've never had a pair of them.
you need them. You need them.
Maybe I'll have to grab a pair.
You have to. It's imperative. Um, Kyrie. Kyrie's got some new lifestyle sneakers with Anta.
Yeah.
That's
I sent
pretty
you this
cool.
today. I was not expecting this move.
I wasn't either.
Anta, they're killing it. They're freaking killing it. Yeah, we're getting a lifestyle shoe, which that may be the trend going forward. And I think we got to make a clip about this maybe next week or sometime
Yeah.
about basketball shoes. They're not what they used to be. I mean, we've seen a lot of love with the AE1s and stuff like that this year, but they're not what they used to be. And
Yeah.
there's a big difference between a Jordan 1 retro and a new Anta Kyrie in terms of like wearability on the street. And so what we're
Mm-hmm.
starting to see, we've even seen it with Anthony Edwards. He got a Forum collab. Trey Young got the Forum collab. Um, we've seen the Puma LaFrances that you don't like and I don't like, that they did with LaMelo Ball. And now we're seeing it
Yeah.
with Kyrie, and it looks like it's basically Samba
Sort
Dunk
of.
Low hybrid type deal from Anta, and they're doing a lifestyle shoe, which I think is a pretty good move because Anta's been killing it recently. And first of all, we got a sail bottom, black upper with some really nice details, some good materials. Which if they put good materials on it, I think people will like it. And then this white and sail pair is super cool. A little purple hint in the back, white toe box. It looks kind of like a stitched toe box, really cool, kind of cool logo on the side. I like the
Yeah.
outsole design, sail outsole. So yeah, I'm interested by these. I definitely want to grab a pair of them just to see how the quality is, but
Definitely.
it's a cool move.
I'm excited for it. I wish more professional players got a lifestyle sneaker as well as a, performance sneaker because it makes sense. Everyone always dogs people
Yeah,
for
I think
wearing
it's a smart move.
basketball shoes with jeans. And it's like, yo, if that's your favorite player, of course you're going to wear that player's shoes like in a lifestyle sense. Like give me an AE1 that's just for lifestyle. I'd rock it all day. That's just me, but
I
I think
like
it's cool.
these. Yeah, these are sweet. This is a good summer shoe here.
Facts. Do we know anything? about them, or were they
Nothing.
just announced today?
Later this year, it says.
Gotcha. Not bad. Look forward to seeing different colorways. Last but not least, for the sneaker news, we got a full preview of Saucony's Progrid Omni 9 collection, and it's looking really good, in my opinion. I don't know what you think about this, but every single one of these colorways I would see myself rocking at different points in time. But I think they're all pretty solid. I think if you scroll down, there's even more too, which was crazy. But I don't know. This is which ones do I have? Yeah. I have these that I need to wear more, but they're like a half size too small. I should have went true to size on these, but I like them. They're
It's good to
super
know.
comfortable. Great materials and everything. Like, and that's what I like about all these. Almost every pair sort of uses different materials. Like there's pairs that have full nubuck. There's some that have all mesh, a few that have leather. I think it's pretty cool. But that like all of these look good. And they're utilizing tons of different colors. But
Yeah, they're all right.
yeah,
They're not speaking to me crazy, but they're
that's
good.
fair.
Good trainers. Good
I feel like
everyday
there's
shoes.
potential. I'm excited to see what Saucony does this year.
150 to 170 typical range on retail on these. Not bad.
It's definitely not. And they're quality. I think the 170 is that pair in the middle because there's another one like it that's like all nubuck. That reminds me. I mean, it's identical to I think it's the Teddy Santis 990 V4 that just released. Exact same color blocking. So it's cool. It's cool. I'm here for it. But yep.
Not bad.
You want to answer a few questions before we dip out of here? I know we ran a little
Yeah,
long.
let's do like 2 or 3 or something if you just want to pull up a couple and ask.
Yeah, let me pull this up. Now. Archive.
We were talking off the pod too. We're gonna put a question box on the story probably like once a month. Feel free to put on story notifications too on the Beyond Kicks podcast because we only ever put stuff on our story if it's a new episode, which good thing to be notified on. And then if we're asking for feedback to be featured in episodes, so and we'll maybe even shout your name out too.
Hey, I like it. Oh, I'm trying to find a good one. Oh, this one's just, I think you may have an answer because I know you've worn them a few times. Basic question. Are the Nike P6000s worth it? Because I've been looking at pairs. Can't decide on a colorway, but we need to know.
Yes. Yeah, I think they're comfortable. I don't have my pair anymore, but if I remember correctly, they were under $100 and they were pretty comfortable.
Noted.
So.
I was looking at pairs at the mall the other day. They didn't have a colorway that super grabbed my attention, but they're everywhere. They're all over the place. Those and Vomeros now, which
they're good price.
Pretty cool. Yeah. What are the kicks you'll be rocking this summer, whether they're old heat or new? So what's your go-to pair when you leave the house?
If I'm not doing a wear test, Boston Birkenstocks, classic.
There you go. That's all you need.
Walking, I'll go House Studio Gel 1130s from
Classic.
Asics. Jordan 1. I just kind of whatever's works with the outfit. The Futura SB Dunk Lows, I really want to rock those since I got them. So, what about you?
Flex. My go-to still to this day is the Kayano 14s. That's just like, if I'm going anywhere, it's those. That's it. I do try and rotate through my shoes though, but like if I'm walking down to the stadium or if I'm just, running to get groceries, 9 times out of 10, it's the Kayanos. But if we're going to dinner, going to any sort of event, I just cycle through everything. So got to get some use out of all these shoes behind me,
I feel that.
If you could restart your sneaker collection, the question is 5 shoes, but we can do maybe like 3. What are 3 shoes you would start with?
You can go first on this one. I gotta think.
It's a good question. I'm not going to do colorways, but I mean, definitely it would be a Kayano 14. Like I said, that's my just go-to runner.
It's on a Kayano kick now.
Kayano boy. Probably a pair of Sambas. Something that I can just like dress up a little bit. Then more than likely like some made in USA New Balance. I don't know which model I would go with, but something that's just nice quality suede that I can sort of rock around on the weekends where I can dress it up a little bit, but it's still trainer, casual. So I think those are my 3. What would yours be?
For me, I would go a classic colorway of Jordan 1s.
Nice.
Whether that's an all monotone sail pair or a pair of Chicago's or a pair of bread, something that people recognize as like a sneaker. I would say a pair of good walking running shoes like Gel 1130s, New Balance 2002Rs, 1906s, Keanos. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different trainers that all kind of look similar, but gotta take your peel there. For me, it would be Gel 1130s. And then a model that you like, but maybe not a lot of other people like. So for me, God, I don't even know what that would be. I like my No Two Ways. I think those are cool. People don't rock those as much in the US. AE1s, wearing them on the street.
Dude, every time I wear those out, it's like everyone looks at them. They're just like, oh,
yeah,
oh,
no,
like,
I mean they're balling.
They demand attention.
Yeah, or it's like a colorway that nobody really sees. Like,
says you, Mister Every colorway of the
A1 clothes.
True.
Some old stuff, some old heat, maybe some foam posits. So just something that's unique to you that you like. That whether it's expensive, hype, not hype, just something that you're like, oh, this is a cool pair. I want to rock them. For me, that like the Jordan 1 Low Chinese New Year from 2021 is one of those pairs that like you never see them. They're super expensive, but I just like them because the material satin. It's a regular red colorway, but it's a really cool pair. So
respect. Let's see. There was one more question.
One more.
Maybe, unless there was one that you wanted.
No, let's do one more. I gotta bounce here quick too.
Oh, good. Introduce something cool and waterproof for places like Vancouver. I know it.
Ooh.
I mean, with like being winter and stuff, I know you're more into or have to be into that style of sneaker. But what's your go-to? I know a ton of brands have Gore-Tex versions of different shoes, and this is something I've been looking into as well. I need something that's waterproof. There's a few pairs I'm looking at, but just can't decide.
There's one pair that I rocked a ton this winter. We didn't have a ton of snow this year, but we had a lot of like wet days. And I straight up cold DM this company because I was like, I would wear these a ton in every situation, and they're like, we'll get you a pair. And it's these the Haven Shop Clarks.
Yeah.
They're full Gore-Tex. The model is full Gore-Tex, which is pretty unusual for a Clark. It's got that booger gum midsole, nice. But then it's got the Vibram outsole, so it doesn't get all dirty. The upper is a thick suede. They're super comfortable. You can slip them on, believe it or not. You could dress them up. You could dress them down with sweats. I wore those more than anything, and they didn't get dirty because they were full Gore-Tex.
That's
and retail
impressive.
was a little high on them at 220. I got gifted a pair, but that's a pair that extremely slept on. I wore those probably 90% of the days of this winter. So
Nice.
there's
That's
my
good to
waterproof
know.
shoe.
There's a few
You
for
would like
me.
them.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I just love that style of shoe. It's just fun to
Classy.
rock. Exactly. For me, I've been looking into, I think there's like 3 or 4 different Gore-Tex style versions of sneakers. One of them is like the Solomon XT6. They make a
That's a
Gore-Tex
great model
version.
for that.
I don't have them, but I really want to try them out because why not?
Mm-hmm.
Um, New Balance, I know, just did a collab with Jound on the 2002 R, and both of those are Gore-Tex, but they do have some other
Mm-hmm.
Gore-Tex versions of New Balance too. The last one, it's like a Nike ACG something. It looks more like a runner, but it kind of has the Virgil spikes on the bottom and the top of it.
The mountain lows,
Yeah,
GTX.
those I think look so cool. I just every time they restock them, they sell out for the most part. So
Yep.
I don't know. That's another one I've had my eyes on because I don't know. I've been in the market for a waterproof sneaker and feel like that's something everyone needs at least one pair of.
100%. No, I completely agree.
I like it. Well, cool. That's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you all for listening. And if you made it this far and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. But
Or
other
feel
than
free
that,
to leave a little review and rating on
that would
our
be cool.
Spotify and Apple Music or Apple Podcast page.
That would be even
We
better.
appreciate it.
Yeah. But thank you all for listening, and we'll catch you next week.